Alright, so we've got a battle between Lost Origin and Midnight Hunt. We're going to get right into it because we've got a lot of packs to go through. I'm going to start with Pokemon. This is actually my first time opening this set. I thought it looked pretty appealing. It had a lot of the characters that were from Pokemon Legends Arceus, which was an awesome game. And so definitely excited to see what we can get out of this. Let's get some nice, neat stacks. All right. I know the alternate art VMAXs look like the biggest hits by far. This is, of course, one round, so it's definitely possible that a one box could have like one of the big hits and kind of win outright. But that's just part of the fun of it, actually. Thornton and Mr. Mime. Okay. Yeah, I actually haven't even played the new Pokemon games yet. I really wanted to, and then, of course, like when the reviews first came out, I saw that they had all of the technical issues, and I'm kind of a visual snob a little bit, and I know that's the sort of thing that would definitely bother me. So I decided to hold off basically until they came out with their first big patch, which they actually just announced a couple days ago. That was coming for late February, I think. Ooh, what is this? So that's actually okay. Oh, so those are like the placeholder cards for weighing purposes. Yeah, I don't open Pokemon too often, so the construction of the packs is a little bit new to me. But there's our first full art, Kyurem V. Okay, and yeah, I'll have to look up all the prices for a lot of these after we finish up and do a little wrap-up section. But yeah, I think Lost Origin is definitely a better set than Midnight Hunt, but of course we're competing against the collector booster of Midnight Hunt, so that got the prices pretty much identical. So it's a fair fight for sure. But we will see which one gets us more value today. I do think that Pokemon, just as a game, is just naturally a little bit more collectible, just because it's entirely based on characters. Like, every card, essentially, you got Pokemon, and some trainers. Every card is a character, and that's the types of things that a lot of people like to collect. And so that just gives it an advantage over MTG, where it's more about the playing. Like MTG definitely has a stronger playing base right now, and so a lot of the cards are more for utility in that space. But it has some collectibles like planeswalkers and stuff like that, and alternate arts. So they're improving. Oh, there's a Pikachu VMAX. Very nice. Yeah, Pokemon's been doing these full arts for a really long time, and Magic really just got into that business, I don't know, 5 years ago or so. That was like around the War of the Spark era, and so they're catching up with trying to make the game more collectible. But Pokemon's kind of had an advantage for a while, just because they've done their art styles a little differently. Sableye. Ooh, a Pikachu V. This is part of the trainer gallery. Very nice. I do like a lot of these Pokemon arts. They've got kind of more like a cute, heartwarming type of feel, especially with like characters from the games or the show. And that's not really something you get on the Magic side. So yeah, I definitely see the high desire for these cards. Pidgeot V. All right, like I said, I'll have to look up the prices, but it feels like it's a pretty good box so far. Raichu. That was always one of my favorites back in the anime, the first season of the show. Really, it was all because Raichu kicked Pikachu's butt when Ash went to fight Lieutenant Surge, and that just made me think that Raichu was so cool. I usually tried to have him on one of my teams if I could, although it was usually better just to have like Zapdos or somebody if you wanted electric Pokemon. Jinx, double Jinx, Gliscor. I don't think I've seen too many of the alternate arts that have to do like with the game yet. But yeah, Arceus was definitely a game that at first I didn't even get it until a few weeks after it came out and started to see more about it, and that was a game I just kind of fell in love with. Roserade, nice full art here. Actually, I assume this is part of the trainer gallery. Darkrai. But yeah, definitely like the open world approach that Pokemon is taking. Ooh, there's the Misfortune Sisters. Remember them always trying to fight you in that game? Arkle, Magcargo. Yeah, I feel like overall Pokemon is maybe a little bit more top heavy in terms of like the hits, just because like the most popular Pokemon or trainers are gonna be like extra desired. Whereas on the MTG side, you know, the gameplay utility is more of a big aspect, and so a lot of the value is spread out over cards that people need for the game. So that's just kind of something I noticed as I was looking at basically the price list for both of these sets. But, you know, I didn't show you guys that. We got the collector box for Midnight Hunt, so it should have more of those top heavy rares. So ideally the market price, since it's settled, they should be pretty even. Ooh, a Rainbow Gudra. Another one of those. These packs like to fight me sometimes. Yep, I will definitely be opening more Pokemon packs on this channel. Ooh, Snorlax, alternate art, or I assume trainer gallery as well. Like I said, I'm not an expert on a lot of these Pokemon sets quite yet. Haven't opened nearly as many packs as I have on the Magic side, but I do plan to change that, and I'm really excited about the new Scarlet Violet era. And I'm actually just excited to play those games too here in a month or whenever that patch comes out. Just gonna try to hold off. Aerodactyl V. Not the alternate version, but still nice. I see something poking back there. Tis Reverse Arcanine, nice. Berserker V. Where is it? Remember her from the game? Radiant Steelix. Cool card. Got that texture on it. It's another thing that Magic hasn't really done until just very recently in just special sets. Double Masters, I think, was the first time we got textured cards. But, I mean, they do make the cards look a lot better if they're done right, and it's just something that Pokemon's been doing for a long time, and Magic is just now starting to implement it a little bit more. We'll see if they ever do it in a normal set, though. Panic Mask Reverse, Greedent. Fantina, I don't think she was in Legends. Horsey Reverse, Kyurem VMAX. Stonejourner, double Stonejourner. Notice I figured out how to flip these code cards so it's always the right side up now. Took me a few packs. Seal, Porygon Z, Volo. I remember in the game being very suspicious of that guy after you saw him about the second or third time. I was like, what is this guy doing here again? No spoilers, though. Trying to destroy this pack. Oh no, I did it wrong. Thought I had it figured out. Porygon again, Politoed. Okay, you gotta flip it this way. Yes. Growlithe, Magiarna. Yeah, Growlithe and Arcanine's one of my favorites. Had him on my team in Arceus. I always like tigers and stuff, so it's just Pokemon that look cool to me. Nuzleaf, another Raichu. Okay, we are down to the last little pile. See a full art, Kyurem V. Second one. Ooh, Spiritomb. And a Goodra. I think that Giratina is by far the top dog we're looking for. So I wonder if these cards, do they always replace a common Or is it just an extra card in the pack? Manectic or Beetle? Looks like I see something peeking. Ah, another Spirit. Oh, an Giratina V-Star. Okay, nice double hit. It's not the alternate art of Giratina, but I'll take it. We haven't had a single full art trainer, have we? Riley, Zorark. Yeah, I'm curious how many of you watching, how many of you guys collect, play, or both with Pokemon? I get the impression that it's more on the collecting side, just because I haven't played it a lot myself. I don't really know how big the community is for playing the game and tournaments and that sort of thing, like with local game stores and whatnot. So I'm just curious, if you're watching this sort of thing, are you more of a player or more of a collector? Giratina V-Star. Second one. Okay, 2 packs left. Yeah, I have zero clue how much value we've hit so far. That'll come afterward. Ooh. Oh, I have this upside down. Tricked myself. Alright, final pack. Last chance for Lost Origin to get any points. Spiritomb, nah, Cramorant. Alright, let's get these moved out of the way and get ready for Midnight Hunt here. Where'd my knife go? Now this is a set that I've opened before. I know the Meat Hook Massacre is definitely the top hit for this. I do like the showcase art pretty well on Midnight Hunt, not nearly as much as Crimson Vow. And I mean, I like it. It's an Innistrad set, so it has a lot of the types of cards that I enjoy, but overall I wasn't as excited about Midnight Hunt. But we'll see what we get here. I gotta recalibrate. Oh, these are, there's a lot of cards that have 2 sides. So these are gonna be commons up front, uncommon. Lind, Triskaidekaphile, Cantergrove Witch, Tireless Hauler, Sigarda Splendor. Okay. Didn't look like anything too crazy in that set. These packs seem easier to open. Falconwrath Pit Fighter. Yeah, I will definitely be doing a video on the hollowing of Magic versus Pokemon. I think Pokemon does it a lot better 90% of the time. But yeah, I'd have a lot to say there. First Mythic Rare, I think. Yeah, these collector boxes, they do have a lot of showcase frames and full arts and everything, so they are always nice to look at. Sometimes it takes a second to register if it's a high-end card or not, just because a lot of them do look good. Teferi, who slows the sunset, full art foil. It's pretty good. Like I said, Planeswalkers is kind of one of those areas where I think Magic has some long-term collectability potential, just because that's their only characters. Graveyard Trespasser is a good card. So we'll see how they go long-term. I think, you know, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! They have a huge advantage right now in terms of that sort of desire for certain types of cards because of the shows. Magic they've tried the video game thing, that really didn't work out. Also a nice card. There's always rumors that a TV show is coming at some point, and I really don't know if it'd be better for them to like go the mature route with art, like what Arcane did, or if they should go more of a cartoony route, almost like kind of like how there was that video for Kamigawa that was in an anime style. There's second Teferi. I thought that kind of has potential. I think a show that was in that style, or at least, I guess, aimed at a younger audience, but still, you know, appealed to people who play Magic, which is definitely an older age group than Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon. I think there's potential there, but something like that would really help with the collectability aspect of Magic, at least of newer cards. The old cards, of course, have a ton of historic value just because Magic was the first trading card game. Glorious Resurrector, a natural growth elemental. Okay, really looking for that meat hook. Second Planeswalker. Not too desirable though. Overgrown Folk. These full art dual lands are actually one of the nicer cards. Definitely a lot of value in different decks. The black-red one, the Haunted Ridge, that's actually one of my favorite looking art lands in all of Magic. Actually, it might be my top. Really nice looking card. Morning, Storm of the Festival. Foil Overgrown Farmland. The green-white. That's what we're going for now. And yeah, if you're a Pokemon fan and haven't really seen these collector boxes, you know, you got commons, you got 2 uncommons, foil land, and then of course the rest of these cards are all going to be rares or mythics. So you got a rare, a rare, a rare, showcase version of commons and uncommons. Oh, second or a third full art land. So good last few hits, and then foils, which I think can be anything, and there's another rare there. So kind of chock full of foils and rares and mythics and that sort of thing. But okay, so we're going to cut away. I need to do some math here and see what came out on top. All right, I am back with some results. So the total value of the Lost Origin pack was about $82, and the Midnight Hunt cards were about $67. So Pokemon won this round. There's a few observations to make here. So first, I have these stacks here. This big stack here are basically just throwaway cards. So it's mostly the commons. This one here is like the reverse hollows and the rares that aren't worth a whole lot. And then this is the rares and secret rares and that sort of thing, the ones that were actually or some value. So this stack right here is mostly where that 82 number comes from. And then here on the Magic side, this is mostly the throwaway cards, commons. These are the uncommons, a lot of showcase ones, but they're really not, they're close to throwaway cards, same as this stack here. And then here's the mythics and rares that had value. There might have been an uncommon or 2 in there as well. But so these stacks right here are basically where those numbers come from. And then everything over here is close enough to 0 to just not count. So you can see that My initial thought was when we first started this was I felt like the Pokemon set was more top heavy. And just by looking at these stacks here, you can really see that. Like the vast majority of the box was basically, not worth anything. And then all the value was in this stack right here. Really, these top 6 cards or so, I mean, that was like 80-90% of the value. And then so what I said about Magic was that it seemed more spread out, and you can see this stack here is probably over double the height of this one, and it's got a lot of cards that are definitely very playable, both in 60 card formats and Commander. A lot of different decks would want different things in here, but there was nothing that was like absolutely too crazy, and you can kind of see that with the overall like most valuable cards in each set, like Midnight Hunt with the full art Meat Hook Massacre, that tops out at like $50. So that's the biggest hit you can get in this set. And then if you go to the Pokemon set and you have the Giratina VMAX alternate art, I think it's like $250. So the Pokemon set is a lot more top heavy than Magic, at least with the collector box here. And if you were to look at the like normal set of Midnight Hunt, it's only $90, so it should provide less value than the $130 Pokemon set. But so this kind of matches what my general feeling was. I don't know if the value that we got here is above or below average, or same with the Magic set. So I am definitely interested in doing this several more times. This will probably be a long-term experiment on this channel. Definitely want to get a lot of different Pokemon and Magic sets, and I'll probably do Yu-Gi-Oh! And Flesh and Blood as well. Try to just match them what their going price is as closely as possible and just see what we get. But yeah, definitely happy with this first Pokemon set, and for today, Pokemon wins.